Hello. Some of my family and friends have been getting questions about who I am and what I'm about. They think I'm some activist, whatever. I believe in the Constitution, applied equally and fairly to all. Same thing with the laws and regulations. Okay. I fought for that for 10 years when I was in the military. And come to find out that some of those wars and whatever that we were fighting was a bunch of BS. It wasn't what we were told it was. So I just believe that the Constitution should be equally and fairly applied to everybody. If we got to play by the rules, so does the system, so does the cops, so does the judges, and everybody should have their fair day in court. Whether it be administrative hearings, civil hearings, or criminal hearings. You got to look at the evidence appropriately, see if it fits, and people still need their rights, the right to be able to know the charges against them, be able to mount a defense. I mean, the Sixth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, things like that. I mean, like the Constitution needs to be equally applied to all. That's it. Everybody deserves their fair shake. So I've been helping review some cases where people didn't get their fair shake, whether it be again from the administrative hearing side, like Pam with her daycare. She didn't get a fair shake on that. And they made accusations of possible criminal stuff, but they never even charged it. And they used that to withhold stuff for her to be able to actually fight for her daycare license, and they had to walk back everything that they claimed that she had done because it wasn't true. To James Wren's case, in his case, it withheld evidence. They withheld evidence of his self defense, and all he's asking for is a fair hearing in court. That's all he's ever been asking for. You can't withhold evidence, you can't lie and frame people, um, and withhold that from the jury. That's just not okay. I helped to review the Marvin Haynes case to help get Marvin free, and in Marvin's case, the evidence just didn't add up. You know, I'm still waiting on evidence from the FBI, over 2,000 pages of documents that the flower shop was in fact an illegal gambling ring, as they claimed. So there was a lot more going on at the flower shop, and he was framed for a reason. Now, there's people that didn't pursue those and um, didn't pursue all the evidence that we had in that case. And in fact, we actually found the possible perpetrator and tried to turn over that evidence to the state. And the state refused to reopen the case and actually investigate it. And this person is now in prison over in South Dakota for the same or similar. So just the court needs to do their job, the cops need to do their job, and we need to do it accurately. You can't handle evidence without gloves, contaminate a crime scene, tamper with evidence, and then withhold that from the defense. Everybody deserves their fair day in court to be tried by a jury of their peers and be able to mount a defense. That is literally it. Um, I wish the same for everybody. Same thing with the local codes. I've helped out with tenants' rights stuff where companies weren't following the laws with their tenants and actually having their tenants in unlivable situations. No, they got to follow their rental licensing laws. They got to follow the code compliance. There's laws. We do that in the United States. We follow the laws if we're expected to. And by gosh, these businesses in the state should follow their own damn laws. That's it. Um, Nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. Just I believe the Constitution should apply equally and fairly to all. That's it. And the government doesn't do that. So maybe we should hold the government accountable to their own dang standards. That's literally it. That's who I am. That's what I'm about. That's what I've been trying to help people do. So liberty and justice for all. That's it. You know, Everybody deserves a fair shake. So let's keep fighting the system, exposing the corruption, and there's a lot of it. And sometimes it leads back to intel orgs. Okay, so sometimes it leads back to the mob. Okay, so let's just keep on exposing it because again, these folks deserve their fair day. You know, to be tried by a jury of their peers in a fair shake in court. That's it, and it doesn't always happen. It's not a race thing. Black, white doesn't matter. I've helped out with cases on both sides, but I use the same stuff from when I was in aviation med tech when we did aviation mishaps. You can't make the facts fit the case, you sort of got to build your case around the facts. So if the facts don't match up with what your theory is, you got to change your theory. You can't just make up stuff and then make up evidence. It's just not the way that investigation should go. I ended up going back to get my bachelor's degree in law enforcement, and learn the criminal investigation side of it. I plan on hopefully continuing on with some of that stuff, because people deserve a fair shot. That's it. So God bless and liberty and justice for all, man.